Welcome, guys, to another episode of the Unscripted Truth with Joshua Dodo. Compliments of the season. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year in advance, in arrears. I don't know when you're listening to this. Obviously, you'll be listening to this after Christmas because I'm recording after Christmas. So, Merry Christmas in arrears because I'm recording after Christmas. Did I say that? What? Anyways, um, I am releasing before New Year, so Happy New Year in advance. If you listen to this immediately, I drop. If you are not, then Happy New Year. Anyways, I can still tell you Happy New Year in April if I didn't see you in the new year. I think yeah, it's a new year, and I didn't see you. So Happy New Year. Yes. Anyways, that's besides the point. Yes, yes. I've said yes a lot of times already, and we are just about a minute into the episode. Yes, for just for good luck, Abi, good grace. Like I and my father say, it's not good luck, it's good grace. Yep. See, I changed it. I didn't say yes. I said yep. But anyways, yes. So this episode is me wanting to appreciate everyone who listens to this podcast of mine. Honestly, you all keep me going. I cannot undermine how important it is to me. I had a lot of distractions. I had a lot of doubt um, publishing my podcast, putting myself out there. It's quite difficult, and a lot of things have changed since the my debut episode. I've got a lot of good reviews. I've gotten recommendations on things to do, and there are a lot of mixed feelings about things. People have corrections that have put into considerations, and honestly, it's really not easy. And but when you think about what you're doing, it pushes you and it drives you, and especially when I'll keep that for later. But yeah, even with the change and with all of that, trying to balance, trying to record, trying to fix the sound, trying to do all of that. Oh my God, it can become a lot. But we've reached a milestone, and I'm so happy and pleased to announce that we have gotten to our first 200 plays on Spotify. I'm not really sure about the numbers on YouTube, but yeah, we've gathered a significant amount of listening hours too on YouTube, and like I was going to say, it's so difficult trying to do all of this, and with the coming of AI, and things are moving so fast. You're trying to catch up with what's happening in the industry, trying to learn, trying to record, like I said, trying to work on the sound. It gets a lot, but then I see that the podcast is doing well or better than I thought it would be, and I'm really pleased. And even having these numbers, even after changing my distributor, that I lost, some data because I changed and I couldn't carry it on to my new distributor. I'm broke, guys. I couldn't pay for those services. But we're starting from the bottom, so we'll soon be at the top. Then we'll pay for whatever services that I want to pay for. But yes, I said yes again. It's nice, and it's really encouraging that I said something and it was listened to 200 times. And we have about like over 100 downloads, which is really nice. When I was using my former distributor in the first, I think my first second episode, I had about like 63 downloads, and we lost all of that. So imagine how far we would have come now, and it's mind blowing. So it's really encouraging, and I honestly cannot do can not what could not have done this without you guys. And I just want to say thank you guys for all of the listening. I want to say for all you're doing, but all you're doing is listening. But please share it with your friends. I I want to be effective. I just don't want to be listened to. I don't want to say, oh, I have 10 million people listening to my podcast. Or how effective is it? I had a discussion with my mom yesterday morning, and I was telling her, oh, I haven't really converted a soul before. I haven't won a soul for Christ. I've spoken to people that were in the faith, and over periods of time through um, conversations that we've had, continuous conversation. I was able to help them renew their faith, but to win a soul, I haven't done that before. And she was like, that's not really what matters. Well, it does. It's important that we do so. It's the Great Commission, Mark 15:16 or 16:15. I don't know. I always get it mixed up. Go into the world and preach the good news to everyone, everywhere. So it's good. And yes, and she was like, it's not by winning the souls. It's by planting the seed. It's by talking to them. Like Corinthians says, Paul sowed the seed, Apollos watered, but all glory belongs to God. So you could pray for someone or for your life, and then somebody just preached them once and they have won that soul. Yes, the glory is going to that person. Like God is going to acknowledge that that person did it, but you get your own share. God is not oblivious to the things that you did. But yeah, back to what I'm saying. I want to be effective. I just don't want to rack up numbers that mean absolutely nothing. So I'm doing all of this, and I just don't want to be known as someone who talks into a mic and people listening and be like, yeah, word, like, guys, see bars, bro. I actually want to be effective. So if you're listening, if over the past few episodes that I've dropped and you've really liked some things that I've said, it'll be nice to know. Please, you could DM me for those. I'm sure most of the people that are listening are people that I know. Well, from the reviews I've got, the majority of them are people that I know. So, but regardless, I'll post my social links on the show notes of this episode, and we can discuss more about those things. So, like, you can encourage me, please, please. I'm not a beggy, I promise. But yeah, um, I think that's that. I really don't have much to say. It's nice to have reached this milestone, but then going into 2026, I have a goal in mind, and I pray by God's grace and His His mercies that we get to achieve that goal. So yeah, please, as you go into the next year, Proverbs 16 verse 3 and Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. So He makes your path straight. And then in 16 verse 3 says, commit your works into God's hands and He will establish them. So you're trusting in God, He's making your path straight, committing the thing you're going to do while walking on that straight path He has already made, and then He establishes it. What better way is there to live? It might get difficult, but yeah, It's established. So it only gets better. I was speaking to a Man U fan, and he was saying I wore my Arsenal jersey, and he asked me why Arsenal, and I was like, Arsenal is the best team in the world. If you're a fan of a team and I don't think your team is the best team in the world, then come on, why are you supporting that team? Whatever you guys have to say, argue with your keyboard. Ateta is the best coach in the world. Gyökeres is the best striker on the planet. Oh my God. Declan Rice is the best player. The Ballon d'Or for the next Ballon d'Or 2025, give it to Declan Rice because he's the best player in the world. Don't ever compare him to Moses Caicedo. That guy is a mechanic. He's a POS man. That guy's not supposed to be a footballer. But anyways, Chelsea fans, don't come at me. Plan for your next year. Establish your plans into God's hands. And I pray that God sees all your activities, and may God keep us all in Jesus' name. So keep on keeping on. This remains the unscripted truth. Have a good day. Bye.